Figurines with inverted crosses. I never thought I'd see stuff like this on the shelves. Guys, are we in the end times? Hey guys, Ken here from the Retro Toys based channel in Malaysia. I'm not going to get into a discussion on religion here in this video, but I have been noticing the images of inverted crosses, be they sculpted or painted, on a mixture of action figures of late, most noticeably from the line of music figures from Super 7, Funko Pop, and Reaction. Now, the inverted cross is a religiously controversial symbol, particularly used in occult practices and which Christians do find offensive. The inverted cross has been used for shock value in film and media entertainment dating as far back as Rosemary's Baby in 1968 and even in more recent fare as 2016's The Conjuring Part 2. And we have black metal music dating back to the late 80s and early 90s, which featured upside down crosses prominently on the album covers. But it's only recently that I noticed the trend emerging across action figure lines and from huge companies too, like Super 7 and Funko. So I'm at this huge Funko Pop exhibition that's located at one of the largest malls here in Malaysia, and the exhibition is open to anyone in the general public, just to walk in and check out the product. And it's just a bit odd that a Funko Pop figure, like one for the lead singer of the band Ghost, who's covered in inverted crosses from head to toe. It's kind of odd that this figure is just available right out there in the open for anyone to pick up. Now, this is a Funko Pop exhibition across all product lines, so you can pick up something like this Ghost figure alongside stuff from other child-friendly pop culture properties like He-Man, Transformers, and Winnie the Pooh. Anyway, look, I haven't become so jaded by how modern toy collecting culture might be to not notice that putting out a commercial figure from a commercial toy company and one that features religiously controversial and also offensive insignias or symbols to this degree, now that's something that really hasn't happened all that much before. Back in the day, if you wanted to get your hands on stuff like this, okay, if there was even product like figurines that were being produced that had heavy occultish elements or elements that would be religiously sensitive and offensive, if there was stuff like that being produced, it seems to me that that would be stuff that would only come through like a mail order, like a very specific mail order, or something that would be found at a very well-hidden specialty shop, okay, that like only a few people know about, right? But stuff like this now is just like way out there in the open. Now, granted, these music branded figures are capturing the authentic look of actual musicians and their appearances on stage when they perform live. But what we're looking at here is the fact that the figures can even be made in the first place. Way back about 3 decades ago in the early 90s, we had Todd McFarlane from Image Comics blazing a trail with the debut of his Spawn comic book, which relied heavily on traditional Christian concepts of heaven and hell as part of its main story. Now, Spawn was a sales blockbuster not only with the comics but also on the toy shelves, where for the first time ever you could get action figures of both angelic characters and hellish monsters for sale at commercial retail. What can I say? It was a hell of a time at the toy store. By the way, I did do a video sometime last year on the channel where I talked about how the Angela action figure from McFarlane Toys was in fact the first modern day action figure that started me on my modern day toy collecting journey. Anyway, the moment that I realized McFarlane could get away with just about anything out there was when he put out the Malaboja action figure in the mid-90s. That's right, okay, Malaboja was Spawn's main antagonist and is pretty much a ruler of hell in the comics. However, they avoided getting to the character's biography for the action figure, and he did not resemble a standard devilish type being, more like a dinosaur hybrid instead with a bad skin condition. Now, I got this figure from Toys R Us Malaysia in 1996, right there from the shelves, and it was basically one of the first times ever that a giant character figure like this with such a hellish background was ever sold in stores here. Now today, 30 years later, you find that McFarlane doesn't have to beat around the bush anymore when it comes to stuff like this, okay? As a sign of the change in times, you can walk into a toy store right here in Malaysia, a Toys R Us store here, and pick up something that looks absolutely devilish, like this Sabak figure from the Black Adam movie line, okay? It's still a bit stunning for me that I can see something like this right there in the stores where parents and kids can just stroll in freely to make a purchase. Now, I think that the first time I started to realize that something was changing in the climate of action figure collecting out there when it comes to product like this was when I saw the Slayer figures that Funko Pop were putting out. Now I'm a huge fan of Slayer. You guys know this, okay? I'm a total metalhead, okay? And when they announced the Slayer action figures, I was like pretty interested because I thought to myself that this is like the first time I think that we've had figurines of Slayer. And not necessarily because I wanted to start a collection of my own, but it's just something that I thought was pretty cool and unique. And I thought it was great that the band was getting their recognition as action figures. And then I saw the photos that they were putting out there. And for guitarist Kerry King, I noticed that on his guitar strap, they actually put in an upside down cross there. And I remember thinking to myself, that's something that I don't think I've seen before on a toy. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me for this video. If you stayed till the end, I really do appreciate your time. Drop your comments below. Let me know what you guys think. And I'll catch you guys again real soon with more content. Take care out there.